Time now for Utah's most accurate forecast with Alana Brophy. Weather rates certified 11 years in a row.
All right, and for a more in-depth look at that forecast, let's head over to Alana.
Alana, sights to behold all across the state.
Gunlock is a center, but so's northern Utah. Check out this great picture coming out of Tooele. Oh, the wildflowers, flowers just in bloom with all of that moisture. Chris Williams catching that. That is just so pretty. And yeah, no matter where you look, we've got plenty of growth and it is gorgeous out there. 80 degrees in Salt Lake, 81 in Wendover. We saw 70s along the Wasatch Front today, topped out at 80 in Moab and upper 80s in St. George. And that's with the cloud cover that moved in as we kind of increased the moisture. Now that warmth really adding to snow melt, which this is a view of Little Cottonwood Creek. Wesley catching this, and you can see water's still running fast. It's high, it's cold, and we have to be very aware of what to expect as we get through the next couple of weeks, because that record snowpack, we hit it back on April 6th, 30 inches, and it continues to come off the mountains. We lost more than 60% of that snowpack in the month of May. Here we are in June. We have 3.2 inches left. That translates into a couple of feet of snow. So the melting continues, and so does that river alert, because we have to be very careful when it comes to our flooding concerns. We've got a few flood alerts in effect still. Flood advisory for the Bear River and the Logan River, and that Bear River over towards Corinne, so in Box Elder County. A warning for the Bear River near Woodruff Narrows still exists, and the Sevier River near Hatch. So that's where we are seeing moderate flooding, and we have been for the last several weeks. So those flood alerts will hold steady. With this rapid runoff, there is some positivity, and it's our drought monitor. Newest numbers out on this Thursday, and we haven't changed since last week, holding status quo with more than 60% of the state dealing with abnormally dry conditions, which you see in yellow. 37% of Utah not facing drought conditions, and that's really a credit to that very strong winter that we just got through. And while a soggy spring, it continues. We saw those storms out there today. Great video coming from Ted in North Salt Lake. If you caught a storm, you definitely saw some downpours, gusty winds, and the possibility of hail. Area of low pressure, keeping things pretty active in the Beehive State, really driving the direction of storms. They were moving north today and pumping moisture throughout Utah. That's what you saw with the cloud cover. Excessive rainfall, that's going to really focus the Wasatch Front, eastern Utah, down through the eastern side of the state to Grand County, as well as the Wasatch Plateau for tomorrow. That means these thunderstorms are going to come through, and you could see some heavy downpours. Some of you already saw that today. We had a severe thunderstorm warning up there near Portage in Box Elder County. Now the threat of storms becomes abundant for tomorrow. It's likely, but we don't clear that as we make it through the weekend. And notice we see that bump back up to scattered activity by early next week. Here's the reason why. We've got an area of low pressure, and that's why we pull back so you can see what's going on atmospherically. And that area of low pressure is on the move. It's going to lift, and as we head into our Friday, another disturbance from the Pacific Northwest comes in. So two systems bringing in plenty of moisture. That's what you're seeing in green. That's precipitable water. Two system means we've got a lot of storms. Now, as we make it through the weekend, this area of low pressure backs it up, so the chance of storms sticks around. We get a slight chance on Monday, but then that low will keep us active heading into next week. Taking a look at what to expect tonight, some nocturnal storms possible in the West Desert, tracking towards I-15. By tomorrow afternoon, we're off to the races. That includes in central Utah, the eastern side of the state, and over the mountains in south central Utah. That stalled front helps with the lift. Threat of storms holds on as we head into Saturday, not quite as widespread as we're going to see for tomorrow. Flash flood potential, it's possible for the Mighty Five and surrounding areas. Okay, you've got to know before you go, so you heard it here first. 70s for the highs tomorrow. Northwesterly flow will bring in some cooler air. 70s and 80s on the eastern side of the state. 88 in St. George, where tomorrow an isolated storm is possible in Washington County, then drying out with those 90s. Breezy conditions holding on. Threat of storms Tuesday and Wednesday. Here's the Wasatch Front. We'll see those numbers turning into 80s by the end of the weekend. Isolated potential Saturday, Sunday, slight chance Monday, and then those storms pump back up as we head into Tuesday and hold on to the middle of next week. Widespread activity tomorrow, so eyes to the skies. Glenn, Emily, over to you.